right, 6th grade. So today we are going to start with our next chapter and the first lesson in that chapter. So lesson 13.1, chapter 13 is where we are. And we're going to start looking at areas of parallelograms and rhombuses. So our character here today, she has a problem. And her problem is here in the solve and share. And it says connect point A to B, B to C, C to D, and D to A. So if we look down here at her grid, she has some points plotted. She's got A here. So if we were to connect these like they say, we would have A, B, C, D, and then D to A. What does that look like to you? What shape? That's a rectangle. Okay, we know that rectangles have 4 sides. 2 sides are the same length, which are a little shorter than the other 2 sides, which are the same length. And opposites run parallel. So AB is parallel to DC. BC is parallel to AD. Okay, now if we move on to the next part of the problem, it says, then find the area of the shape and explain how you found it. So how do we find the area of a triangle? Not a triangle, a rectangle. How do we find the area of a rectangle? Area of a rectangle is length times width. So if we were to count each one of these squares to find the area of this particular rectangle, what would we come up with? If we did this, we would find 12 squares between A and B, and we would find 18 squares between B and C, which is also true that we would find 18 squares between A and D, or we would find 12 squares between C and D. Okay, so our length times width is going to be 18 times 12, or 12 times 18. Okay, when we do that, we're going to find 216 square units. Okay, moving from there, it asks us to use the same grid and move points B and C 4 units to the right. So if I take B and I go 1, 2, 3, 4 units and I plot it right here, I'm going to have a diagonal line from where the new point of B is. And in the same, if I do that with C, I'm going to move it 4 spaces and have another diagonal line from where it is now. I've moved those. So then it says connect the points to make a new parallelogram. So this would mean that it would be AB, C, D, DA. We've made a parallelogram. Now I know that's a little hard to see, and I'm sorry that I cannot draw on this computer like I can on our smartboard, but this is what it would look like, okay? This is from my teacher book. When you got done, you've moved B 4 spaces, you moved C 4 spaces. Now if you forget about the shaded parts for just a moment and you look at the outline, we now have a parallelogram, because essentially what we have done is we have taken this section and moved it to the opposite end. Okay, and we've flipped it just a little bit to create a parallelogram instead of a rectangle. Now it is the same units of shape when we are through, but it is constructed a bit differently. So I want you to keep these things in mind as we move to watching our learning videos. And then we will come back with a few examples at the end.
How can you use the formula for the area of a rectangle to find the area formula of a parallelogram? Think about this question during the lesson. Look at the parallelogram. If you move the triangle to the opposite side, you form a rectangle with the same area as the parallelogram. How can you find the formula to find the area of the parallelogram?
To compose the rectangle, you first decompose the parallelogram into a triangle and a trapezoid.
What is the formula for the area of a rectangle?
Select your answer.
Okay, so this should be, okay, so, sorry, technical difficulty there. This should be a review. We know that when we find the area of a rectangle, we use what? Length times width. So I'm going to select the bottom one.
The formula for the area of a rectangle is area equals length times width. How are rectangles and parallelograms similar?
Okay, looking at how these are similar. Remember, we still have two sets of parallel lines, and they're opposite parallel lines. First, we had a rectangle, okay? We've shaved off this little one, and we moved it to this side. So essentially, we still have right angles. We still have two sets of equal and parallel lines as well.
Both have two pairs of opposite sides that are parallel and the same length. The base of the parallelogram, B, equals the length of the rectangle, L. The height of the parallelogram, H, which is perpendicular to the base, equals the width of the rectangle, W. How do you know that the height of the parallelogram, H, is the same as the width of the rectangle, W? Both the height and width can be represented by the same line segment perpendicular to the base. The area of the parallelogram equals the area of the rectangle. How would you describe the formula for the area of a parallelogram in words? To find the area of a parallelogram, multiply the base by the height. Now you know how you can use the formula for the area of a rectangle to find the area formula of a parallelogram.
Okay, so when we look at this, a couple of things that I want you to keep in mind. We've been using substitution for some time now, and that's exactly what we're going to be doing here. As we move forward, our problems are going to need either the formula for the area of a rectangle, which is length times width, or the formula for an area of a parallelogram, which is base times height. Notice length and base are going to be very similar. Width and height will be very similar. Okay, both of those are going to be finding an area, but you will have to decipher whether it is a rectangle that you're finding the area of or a parallelogram, basically looking for base and height or length and width. Okay, keep that in mind as we move forward. Also remember that anytime two letters are written next to each other, we know that we're going to multiply.
Before we find the area of a parallelogram, we need to know the measure of its base and the measure of its height. This parallelogram has a base of 10 inches and a height of 6 inches. We can find the area of the parallelogram using the formula area equals base times height. Replace the b in the formula with 10. Replace the h in the formula with 6. Then multiply. 10 times 6 equals 60. Remember that area is expressed in square units. Label the area with square inches. The area of this parallelogram is 60 square inches. Let's find the area of another parallelogram, one that has 4 equal sides. We will find the area of a rhombus. This rhombus has a base of 8 meters and a height of 7 2/10 meters. We can use the same formula, area equals base times height, to find its area. Replace the b in the formula with 8. Replace the h in the formula with 7 2/10. Then multiply. 8 times 7 2/10 equals 57 6/10. Label the area with square meters. The area of this rhombus is 57 6/10 square meters.
Okay, as I said before, this is simple. using substitution. We have the formula, area equals base times height. We found the base, which was 8 meters. We found the height, which was 7.2 meters. Together, finding that area, we have to use square meters because this is only one side of the problem. Now remember, there are 4 sides, and we've only used one of the base, one of the height. Okay, so 56.6 square meters. Let's take a look at some examples. Remember, here is how you find an area of a rhombus. We know that when there is a rhombus, you use base times height. In this case, the base is 10, the height is 8. They go ahead and find that 10 times 8 is 80, but it is 80 square inches. Remember, we're only using one base. We didn't use this one. We're only using one of the heights. We didn't do it here. Okay, so taking a look at the do you know. 3 and 4 are going to use formulas. Remember, the formula for finding the area of a rectangle is A equals length times width. For a rhombus, or a parallelogram, you're going to use A equals B times H, or base times height. So in number 3, you first have to decide, are we making a rectangle or a parallelogram? We know that they've added on this triangle here, so this is going to be a parallelogram. In that case, we would take 20 inches, the base, times the height, 21.5 inches, to come up with the area. Take a moment and try that. You should come up with 430 inches squared. If you move on to number 4, we know that we already have a parallelogram, so adding this other triangle, this right angle onto here, would make it into a rectangle. Therefore, I'm going to be using length times width in order to find its area. I would take 16 centimeters times the width, 12.5 centimeters. When I do that, what do I come up with? You should come up with 200 centimeters squared. Keep all this in mind. I'm going to have your homework problems posted for you. And in those problems, I want you to go ahead and give 1 through 6 a try. Good luck.